Yo yo yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Driz, and welcome to this nice little 102 to 7 domination here on Villa. The gun that I'm going to be using is the Commando Red Dot with the sexy green reticle, rocking Lightweight Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Hacker Pro. Pretty good class setup if you guys want to try it out. Anyways, I'm rocking the 8, 9, 11 kill streaks like I usually do, and this is a really good gameplay, so I'll touch on the gameplay here and there. But for the most part, I want to take a quick little break from talking about stories of grabbing my teacher's boobs or crapping on my aunt to talking about something a little bit more serious, something a little bit more, I don't know, important than that, something less funny. So if you guys are here for the humor, this might not be the story for you guys, but I'm still going to touch on it because I still believe it's an interesting topic. So, the topic I want to cover today is maturity in YouTube and whether it's needed or not. And before I talk about anything, I do believe maturity is needed half the time, and I also don't believe it's needed half the time, and I'll explain my reasons coming up. So, first of all, I was watching a Lonely Mailbox commentary, and he was saying how it would be cool if a kid gamer got to be on the Painkiller Already podcast and be with Woody, Wings, and FPS Russia. And for the most part, that would be amazing. But what I disagree with is when he said that person would have to be mature. Right there is where I disagree, because if you listen to the Painkiller Already podcast, the whole thing is a giant immature podcast, which it makes it entertaining. You see Woody, Wings, and FPS Russia saying things that only a 13-year-old kid would say, not grown men, and that's the whole thing that makes the podcast fun. So I think if you would get a kid on there who would act age appropriate and would act mature, and then they would ask if you could have sex with a mermaid, would you want the top half to be human or the bottom half? You don't want a kid who's going to be like, well, that's an inappropriate question. I'm not going to answer that. I'd rather just go read a book or something like that. You don't want a kid who's going to say something like that. You want a kid who's going to be like, oh yeah, man, I would want all fish because all fish would be cool because I just love fish or something like that. Something funny, something immature that would actually make it entertaining. Because I believe when you think of maturity, I think of my parents just sitting down, doing bills, getting frustrated, having a job, it's all that stuff that just doesn't seem too fun. Working like 8 hours a day and coming home and being frustrated and tired, and that just doesn't seem too fun to me. So when I add maturity to my YouTube channel, I don't want to end up like my parents doing an 8-hour job, just feeling that way about YouTube. For example, when I talk to you guys in my commentary, I talk to you guys like you're my friends. I don't talk to you guys like you're my mom or you guys are my boss or you guys are my teacher, because that would just make things boring if I, watched what I said and made sure I didn't cuss or anything that would slightly get me in trouble with any of those people, because you guys are my friends. I like talking to you guys, and you guys are my subscribers. I'm not going to talk to you guys like you're my boss or you guys are my teacher, because that would just make the thing boring. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me, talk like that. Like, I don't even know how to explain how I would talk to a teacher right now, but it's just weird. So I think when you add maturity into YouTube, it just stops being fun, and YouTube's for entertainment purposes only. And if you have fun not being mature, then by all means, don't be mature. Pwn Star for Hire is a great example. He is the most immature commentator ever, but he is funny as hell because all he makes is dick jokes and sex jokes. But what, he's like 20 something? I mean, come on, that's fun. Being mature for the most part is not fun. Now, I also believe maturity is necessary in a YouTube channel. Especially as a commentator, you need to be mature enough and know enough things to know when to say stuff and when not to. For example, you need to know not to make racial remarks or make fun of gay people or things like that. Call people faggots, use racial slurs. That using things like that is when you need maturity, so you know not to say stuff like that. But also, you need maturity as a viewer, too, to make sure that you don't say things like this. Nice copying White Boy 7th Street high school stories. Fucking lame. Okay, things like that are immature comments, because if you honestly think White Boy 7th Street was the first person in the whole entire world to think of, hey, it'd be cool if I told somebody about my high school stories, then you are an idiot if you actually think that. For example, as you see right here, this person named Killstreaks, High School Memories Team Deathmatch on Scrapyard, 1 year ago. Underlined the 1 year ago so for you guys to see. It was 1 year ago when he did this. This is this new series I may start. As you guys see, K-Pop, another commentator, did her high school stories 1 month ago. Now when you look, White Boy 7th Street's My First Fight and Attacked by a Squirrel were 2 weeks ago and 1 week ago. So as you guys see, White Boy, if anything, was copying off other people. And now I'm not saying he is, because he's not, because everybody's story is unique and everyone has a brain, and I'm sure everybody has thought of, hey, maybe it'd be cool if I told my stories, because that's just what people do. Comments like these are immature. Driz, reply to this please. Why did you copy White Boy's series? I mean, it's a really dumb thing to do. Once again, that's stupid. That's so stupid. No one copied White Boy's series. I thought it'd be fun to tell my stories because everyone's stories are unique. For all the people saying that that he is copying White Boy, you're fucking idiots. Face it, everything in this community has already been done. I'm not going to read the rest, but to sum it all up, this guy is basically saying that if you guys want to call out people for copying, then you need to call out people like XJaws and White Boy for copying Call of Duty commentating from people like XCal. And that's maturity, people who actually think that other people have brains and might want to tell their own story. And that's what I mean by maturity is needed as a viewer. You need to at least have a simple understanding of what people do or what people are. Because when people say things like you're copying and it's such a broad topic like high school stories, it's so dumb to think that someone is copying off another person. But to wrap things up, guys, that's how I feel about maturity. It's needed 50-50 in the YouTube community because honestly, if you just have too much maturity, it's not going to be fun. And if you have too little maturity, you're just going to look like an idiot the whole time. But anyways, guys, this gameplay is coming to an end. The final score is 102-7. I'm sorry, guys, thinking of my other gameplay. If you guys could, please like the video. It would really help me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't for more awesome videos. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.